Hi. All right. Welcome back to my channel, Mz Mischief, or, you can call me Valerie. Yeah. So I am very excited to do this video today. This is my Fit and Fantastic Friday video. I am recording it early because my birthday is this weekend, and on Sunday I turned 50. 50. Can you believe that? Me neither. But because of that, I wanted to make sure that this video went up, and it's very exciting. So I have successfully completed 4 weeks of keto. Guess what? If anyone would have said, Valerie, you'll go on keto and you will lose a significant amount of weight in 4 weeks and inches, I would have been like, no, there's no way. And what has actually happened is in 4 weeks, 17 pounds. That's crazy to me. That is a lot of weight. That's amazing because I'm eating every day, and I'm eating things that I like, you know. Not only that, I have lost 2 inches from my waist and 2 inches from my hips. My scrubs now are so long, even with my shoes on, because of me coming in this way, then the pants go this way. I don't even know what to say. It's just crazy to me. So I am going to share my before and after photos at the 17-pound weight loss. Don't be too critical. I don't know if you'll be able to see the differences, but I can see the differences, and I can feel the differences in my clothes. I knew the inches were definitely coming off because my clothes were fitting so much differently. It's nice to have scale victories and non-scale victories, and when they meet up, it's the best, right? My goal is to be healthy. And what is my goal weight? Healthy. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet. So we're just going to keep doing this until we get there. Currently, we weigh 225 pounds. I do know I want to be below 200. So that means I have to lose at least another 26 pounds to be 199, right? $1.99. Anyway, I'm very excited. This is working. If you're just beginning or you're curious what has been working for me, I have been posting since I've started this journey. So there are more videos before this one. But something that I do every day at this point, every day, I have Bulletproof Coffee. I don't want to forget anything, so I have my handy dandy notes. Every day, Bulletproof Coffee, I put MCT oil, 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, and 1 tablespoon of butter. And I drink about 30 ounces of coffee with this concoction. Okay, that's that works for me. Every afternoon I have tea. And so in the morning the coffee is bitter. It only has the butter and the oil. There are no sweeteners, there are no creamers, and I use that when I'm fasting. In the afternoon, when I am no longer fasting, I sweeten it with Jordan skinny syrups. This is just an example, okay? You can get these online at Amazon. You can get these directly from Jordan skinny syrups. They had a deal for like 25% off. You can also find these at Ross. That is the cheapest place that I've been able to buy them per bottle, is Ross. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. I think everybody knows the secret is out about the Ross. The other thing that I do with my tea, I like my tea with a creamer. So as a instead of a creamer though, I use Premier Protein shakes because I have had the gastric sleeve. I need to be able to get more protein. I can't get enough protein by just eating it. So this has 30 grams of protein in it. This helps me get my keep my protein up. So between those two things, so normally my fast starts around 8 or 9 p.m. and then I can eat again around noon or 1. I wake up, you know, sometimes I wake up earlier, sometimes I wake up later. I make the Bulletproof Coffee while I'm still fasting. As soon as I no longer need to fast, I'll break my fast with the tea. Then I'll eat something. Today I had half a cup of cottage cheese, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream in there, a powdered sweetener, keto sweetener, and I had, what else did I put in there? Oh, I had a 1/4 cup of blueberries and a 1/4 cup of raspberries. So it was more carb heavy, and I like that. It's delicious. It's great. So since that meal was more carb heavy, so this evening I will have more fat and more protein, and I'm leaning towards salmon. I really like salmon. I have an air fryer and I put the salmon in the air fryer and it is the best stuff ever. Now, also, I keep stuff on hand for emergencies, like I don't have time to cook. My appetite is I'm a little more hungry than I normally am. I try to keep mozzarella cheese sticks or any kind of cheese sticks. And I also love these. They're Starkist Tuna Creations. This is my favorite flavor. Is it because of the flavor? No. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this flavor, right? But there are other flavors. But the reason I like this one is this package is heavy. It's 2.6 ounces of tuna. All right. There's only 110 calories, 18 grams of protein, because I need protein dense food sometimes because I have trouble getting my protein in. And there is no carbs. All right. Some of the other flavors, you have to read the packages because there are carbs in them. So that's why this is my favorite flavor. There are no carbs. What else is going on? So I usually do IF, intermittent fasting, 6 days a week. I do usually take 1 day off. And again, I fast for 16 hours at a time. But I am still eating out with my friends and family once a week. I do stay in my macros as far as carbs and fat. I will bump up the calorie count on that day. Lately, my calorie count has been, I've been doing 1,700 calories a day. So for that day, I'll go ahead and bump it up to 2,000 so that I can enjoy an extra 300 calories with my friends and family. I don't normally, though, during the week, eat 1,700 calories because I just don't. And again, I usually only have 2 meals. I have one when the fast ends, I eat. And then I usually sip on the tea between food, actually eating. And then I'll, between 6 and 7, I'll eat again before that 8 o'clock mark. And then 8 o'clock, I don't eat after 8. I am making sure to get at least the very minimum of 8 glasses of water a day, usually more, but at least, and that is with consuming all of the coffee and all of the tea. Also, I do about 32 ounces of tea in the afternoon. So what do I suggest you have in your kitchen if you're trying keto out, but you're not sure if you want to, stick with it? I need a coffee pot. I make coffee every day. I make my tea in my coffee pot. So I'll make my coffee, then I like it hot. Then after I fix my coffee, I usually start my tea because I like my tea at room temperature or cold, and I like to have it cool down. Also, I use a food scale all of the time. Every single day, I use the food scale. And if I'm not using the food scale, I'm using measuring cups and measuring spoons. Everything is measured out. Right now, I'm not eyeballing it. But what I am learning is I know about what a quarter cup of blueberries or raspberries looks like, because I can go, ooh, that looks like a quarter cup. And then I actually put it in the quarter cup measuring thing. And I'm like, yeah, it's a quarter cup. So that, that's a good sign, because then after 4 weeks, it becomes easier. Also, I hear people talking about being hungry. I get hungry. And sometimes I'm hungry when I'm fasting. And I've seen questions of how do you go 16 hours without eating? Because at the 12-hour mark, I feel like I'm going to die. First, you're not going to die. Two, over time, it gets easier. And one of the reasons it gets easier is your mind changes towards the fasting and towards hunger. Do I get hungry? Absolutely. But when I'm hungry now, instead of being frantic and saying, oh my gosh, I have to feed you. I have to feed you right now. What am I going to do if you don't eat? I don't approach it that way. I'm like, you're going to eat. You eat every day. You haven't missed a meal. I feed you. I feed you good, healthy, nutritious, delicious food. Matter of fact, I usually cook while I am actually fasting so that when my fast ends, I can eat something, and I stay within all my hours and my ranges, and I'm planning during my fasting. And it also helps us, like, you're going to eat. I mean, you're making it now. You're making it. It's going to be delicious. When we get finished with this, we're going to sit down. We're going to enjoy it, And so, am I hungry? Yes, I am hungry. But my attitudes towards the hunger has changed. I don't view hunger as a bad thing. It's like, oh, you're hungry? Well, it's okay. You're going to eat, and you're going to eat good food, and the process is working. So just keep doing what you've been doing, because you are getting results, really good results. You've dieted on and off all of your life. You've had the gastric sleeve, and you had great results with the gastric sleeve. But before you had the gastric sleeve and all these other diets and all these other things, you've never had these kind of results when you were doing them. Even when you followed it to a T, you did not have these kind of results. During the week, I usually eat cleaner. Of course, on the weekends, I guess I would more consider it dirty keto, because I do allow myself to have things that I wouldn't normally have during the week. During the week, I'm working, I'm busy. It's more for function, where on the weekend, it's part of it is socialization. So, I do give myself a little bit of leeway. But again, I still track everything. I have the Carb Manager app. It works great. When I first started, I was using the Carb Manager app and my Fitness Pal. My Fitness Pal concentrates on the standard American diet and not keto. What I liked about it is it connected to my smartwatch and would take into account my exercise, so like I could have more calories. But what I've figured out is, for me, I don't want to go over the recommended calories, even if I'm exercising. I want that exercise to really do what it's supposed to do and make a deficit, not, oh, well, you exercise and you have 200 extra calories you can have, so let's eat them. No, I don't want to eat the extra 200 calories. I want that 200 deficit to go towards, removing this excess weight that I have. And again, it's not just about the excess weight. It is about being healthier. I want to be healthier mentally, emotionally, physically. For me, this is just part of the process. So every day, and at first it was hard because people, have a tendency to tell you how they feel, how they really feel. And you just have to decide if this is working for you to stick with it, and give it time, because it's not going to happen overnight. You did not gain I did not gain all of this weight in 2 days. So it's not going to disappear in 2 days, but it's working. I mean, 17 pounds gone. I am still like, and people can tell by the way my clothes fit. They're like, wow, that is crazy, And now more people are starting to ask me, what are you doing? How are you doing it? And again, the thing that pretty much stays the same is I do the coffee in the morning, I do the tea in the afternoon, and I do 16 hours of intermittent fasting. I do enjoy one day off. And other things that have helped me, cookbooks. I love cookbooks, so I buy them because they help me. I like to see the pretty pictures. I like the recipe written down in front of me. I'm older. Maybe that's why I have a cookbook fetish. But there's great things. There's so many keto websites and recipe collections and Pinterest. There's so many places to find wonderful keto recipes. There's also so many products available. I mean, you can find keto done so many different ways. I have an air fryer. I love it. I'm glad I bought it. I just invested in an Instapot. It's still in the box. Haven't used it. The ice cream maker hasn't been used either. It's on my to-do list. So this weekend, I am going to New Orleans to celebrate my birthday during Mardi Gras, and I have no intentions of being keto during this time. I have all the intentions of biting every carb, especially the beignets. I'm really looking forward to that. So I am expecting to gain some of this weight back during this trip, because that would be crazy to have the expectation not to. But at the same time, because I have been fasting and I am eating better and I eat twice instead of, all the time. I mean, every once in a while, depending on hormonal things, I do want a snack. But most of the time, I'm pretty much just eating 2 meals a day now. As you go through this journey, you will find what works for you. Trust your instincts. So I'm not saying don't track your macros, because I need to do that. Especially, I think it's really important in the beginning, because you don't know what your macros really look like. And then, so I was doing, I started out doing calories 1630, but gave myself a range. And then that was to lose, like, I think the calculator was like, that gives you a basic rate of like 5.6 pounds a month. And then I bumped up my calories during the week to 17 and like 1704. And that was to lose like 4.3 pounds a month. I am totally okay with losing slowly. I would like to lose a pound a week, but I'm totally okay with losing slowly and steadily. I'm okay with that. I don't have to have all of this off in 2 days. It's a process. I'm okay with that. I don't want to be miserable while I do this. I want to enjoy my family, my friends, vacations, and everything. So that's important to me. But there's so much, you can, I don't like Starbucks. I don't like Starbucks for 2 reasons. 1, the price. I think it's crazy. 2, there's a lot of young people in there, and sometimes when they're really busy, I would think their attention to detail is off. So can you imagine, you work your ass off every day in, day out to stay in ketosis. And they grab the wrong syrup for whatever reason, and it's not the sugar-free one. And they pour sugar in your concoction, and then you drink it and you're out of ketosis, but you know that you've been doing everything right. See, I'm obviously too much of a control freak. I cannot leave that in a young person's hand to determine and pay that price, leave the control in the young person's hands, and possibly be out of ketosis because they made a mistake. And the chances of them admitting it, I I just don't know if they would. And not because they're like wannabe liar pantses, liar pants on fire, but because they're busy. They're busy, and their brain is like, it's one drink. Are they going to die? Probably not. And you're not going to die. But is it going to set you back when you're tracking everything and you think you're doing this great, fantastic job, and you didn't even, intentionally plan to enjoy these carbs? They're just accidentally thrown into your drink, and you're thirsty and you're hungry or whatever you are, and you want to enjoy it. And yeah, so I have a coffee bar in my house. I have all my coffee, all my different flavored tea. I love chai tea. And I have all my skinny syrups and I have different flavors of the protein drink, and I have my MCT oil right there. My butter is kept in the fridge, but everything. What do I also use every day? I forgot to mention my blender. I know there's like these little stick things that you can like stir your coffee up. First, I'm making like 30 ounces of coffee. So I put my MCT oil in my blender. I put my cold butter, Kerrygold butter, in my blender. I pour my hot coffee in there. It melts my butter. Put the lid on, pulse it. It's mixed, and it doesn't take any time. I just rinse it out, But I use my blender every day. I use my coffee maker usually at least twice a day for coffee, and then for tea. I use my measuring cups, my measuring spoons, and my food scale. Those are basics for me. I have more keto-friendly things. Like I have a crock pot. I have an air fryer. I just invested in a Instapot. I have I bought a spiralizer to do the zucchini zoodle things. That's awesome. I did do that, and it's wonderful. And I like it. I mean, I did not think I would enjoy it as much as I do, and I really do. So I have more stuff that makes my keto journey easier and friendlier, but that's not where you have to start, especially if you're unsure, because there's a lot of things. I think it's more important that you invest in, the MCT oil than the spiralizer in the beginning. Why? Well, the MCT oil is a really good clean fat, and that's what you need on keto. 2, push comes to shove, you can buy the spiralized zoodles in the fresh area of the store or frozen. So if you don't have a spiralizer, you can still get the product. You don't have to necessarily own it. For me, this is going to be a new lifestyle. It's not just this temporary weight loss thing. This is something I plan on doing here on out. It's been nice. My daughter will at least try some of these recipes with me, and she's like, yeah, I like it. I made this pancake puff, and you put it in a 10-inch pan, and then you cut it into quarters. So it's decent size, and now I put peanut butter and syrup on mine because that's the way that I like to eat it. But I think she just put butter on hers, and she really enjoyed it. Matter of fact, there were 4 pieces. I ate 1, she ate 2. She's not on keto, and I was so happy that she liked it. It was, that was great. So there's just so much, again, you have to do what works for you, and people are going to tell you that, well, what about this and what about that, and that's too much fat, and that's unhealthy, and your cholesterol, and this week I did get this past weekend I had leg cramps. So I don't know if I do take a magnesium supplement. I don't know if my salt intake was high enough, but I did get some Powerade Zero, and that seemed to help. But I think the Powerade Zero, I'd have to look. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it has potassium, magnesium, and sodium in it. But that helps me with leg cramps. I had leg cramps on and off before, so this isn't a new issue for me. But since I started keto, I did not have a problem until this weekend. So that's a recent thing. It was easily corrected. Just trying to help you figure out what will work for you on your journey. But I just want you to know you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. Your taste buds change, so the food does get more palatable. Plus, you're hungry. You know, you're hungry. Your taste buds, for some reason, become more responsive. I did do yoga again, and the second time was so much easier. I did the same video. Because I don't even know that video, right? And that was only the second time. I am currently not getting enough steps in, so after my trip, that's going to be a focus, is to get my walking in. And I now finally feel strong enough to start researching gyms in town. I'm very excited about this. And yeah, I plan on joining a gym and actually going, like, on purpose. That says a lot. So really, the 17-pound weight loss hasn't been because of exercise. It has been just pretty much dietary changes, because I really haven't done any excess exercise to make this happen. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for showing up. Again, if you have questions or comments, leave them in the description box. I want to show you what I'm doing and share this with you. It's so exciting to finally be doing something that is working. You know, people around me are like, ooh, I might try it now because I am having success. Now this weekend, we'll slow it down, put a dent in it, but that's okay, because I'm only going to turn 50 once. And, my first 50 years of childhood have been, really rough. So I'm going to go ahead and, try and turn into adult after my birthday. Again, I'm really excited. Want to share this with you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell because you'll want to know when I'm back with more. And yeah, I'm just so surprised. I'm so surprised, and I'm so excited because 4 weeks is not that long in the big scheme of things to have such incredible results. So anyway, I'm such a goofball. But again, thank you. And I hope to see each and every one of you again very soon, sooner than later. Yeah, but let me know what you want to know. I really want to film a keto cooking video so you can see how easy it is. By the way, I hate cooking. I hate it. You know what I like? The results. So I do it because, again, the control freak in me wants to know what the heck I'm putting into my body at this point. But actually enjoying the cooking process, I don't like it. I don't like it. Can I do it? I can do anything. Do I enjoy cooking? Nope. But I like eating it when it's done, when it tastes delicious and it's nutritious and I'm getting results. Hell yeah. Do I wake up like Susie Homemaker and go, ooh, today I'm gonna, no, I'm like, fuck, I gotta get out my cookbooks and I have to cook me some food. But I am doing it because, again, it's part of my journey. It's part of my process. It's working, so I'm doing it. If you want to know the cookbooks that I use, let me know. I'm not going to just start listing all kinds of things unless you're really interested in knowing what I'm doing and what I'm making. But there's so many things I want to do, but I'm still learning how to provide you with this information. Like, I don't know how to film me cooking. I don't know how. It's something I want to do. So when I get back, that's something I'm interested in learning. But right this second, I don't know what settings anything needs to be on so that you can see it, or what angle, or dude, I don't know a lot of things. I'll totally be upfront and admit it. I don't know. I'm gonna learn, but I don't know how to do that today, right? And that's the same thing. This is what I want you to take forward from this, if nothing else. It's okay not to know. There are lots of fantastic resources out there. And if you don't know, don't worry about it. You can get started and experiment and try and ask questions. Ask me, or join a group. You know what's one of the best thing I did is, because I need to be accountable, not just to you, but I need lots of different levels of accountability. So the people at work, my family, my friends, and even random strangers on Facebook, I befriend them and we're like, hey, let's talk about this so we can find solutions, and not contribute to the problem. So I know I said I was going to say goodbye, 10 minutes ago, and then here I am going on about some more crap. But I just want to help you. As I help me and what I learn along the way, I want you to be successful too. So if there's anything, if there's a video, a product, something that I can help you understand more than you currently do, or you have questions, or if you have a question, you're not the only one with a question. I'm sure several people have questions. So ask me. Do not be afraid to ask me. If I can, I will happily help you find the answer. If I don't just know the answer, I'm okay. I can research it. I might want to know the answer too, and just never thought of the question because I hadn't run across that issue yet. So yes, together we are better. We are stronger. We can do this. You got this. I hope your week goes well. I'm going to be living it up. And again, hope to see each and every one of you soon. Bye.